morning, fine people of America and beyond. I'm your host, Jimmy Wohio. You're tuned in to Wohio. This morning I'm drinking coffee out of what seems to be a pot for a plant, for a potted plant. It's the only thing I saw that was clean in the kitchen. A little hint of I can't think of a flower. Marigold. Little marigold in the coffee. Running a little late today. Saw my shrink this morning. Usually it's 8 to 8:30, so that makes me a little late to work, but I was running late to the shrink, so I didn't really get on the road until right now, 9:40. We wrapped up around 9. Then I had to swap out the car I was driving for my wife's car at her work because we had left some pumpkins in the back. We went to a pumpkin patch on Sunday, and one of the pumpkins had rotted, so it smelled like pumpkin puke. I didn't really feel like driving an hour in pumpkin puke, so I'm gonna let her deal with that. Again, I'm Jimmy Wohio. We're driving down 96th East in the Detroit metro area. I'm 6 foot, Caucasian male, brown hair, brown eyes, about 163 pounds maybe. I used to be 132 pounds back in the day, but I got a little older and put on some weight. I grabbed some pants yesterday. They were the only ones that were clean in my the pile I have on top of my clothes drawer. A lot of the clothes don't actually get into the drawers, but they clean clothes piled on top of the drawer in my closet. And these pants were from back in the day, skinny jeans, but they were probably a 32, and I'm closer to a 34 these days. So they're a little tight, uncomfortably tight all day. Wearing the same pants today, but they've stretched out a little. Let the gut do the work. Gotta wash some pants this week. I was listening to NPR on my way home yesterday, and they were interviewing a comedian. They played a little snippet of his live gig, live show. Whoa! Truck coming over. United Worldwide Logistics Supply Chain Solutions almost killed me. Need a logistics partner? Yeah, I do. Need one that doesn't run me over. Jerk face. So the comedian, his little gag was telling stories about his woeful experiences of life. Cry me a river. But, you know, NPR loves that kind of stuff. Oh, wait. Traffic report. We got some taillights for you. Look at this. Oh, come on over, buddy. What do we got there? A GMC something or other. A Yukon. So he's telling stories about his life. You know, the rough stuff of his life. NPR is eating it up. But the thing is, he's not funny. I mean, they played a little clip. Real stupid stuff. And NPR, I can't stand it. It's like nails on a chalkboard. Liberal media. All things considered. Of course, we come to the same liberal conclusion, but we consider all things. So I guess I don't have anything to say about that guy other than he wasn't funny. And the liberal media thought he was funny because he talked about the sad side of life. Good morning, Deb. Michelle. Deb just got back from LA. She was at a wedding out there. I like Los Angeles. A lot of beautiful plastic people out there. And smog. They're gonna have an endless supply of energy because they just figured out how to make smog ethanol. So it's gonna be the most well-powered city in the world. Maybe not in the world. They got some smoggy cities in other places. Most well-powered city in America. I got about 5 miles per hour on the old odometer. Is that right? Speed one's the odometer, right? Or is that the mileage one? Anyway. Going nowhere fast. Hey, Deb. All things considered. And I consider myself a bleeding heart liberal. I know most people like to think they're in the center, you know, based on who they know and this and that. There is no center. Center has disappeared. Might as well own it. Then again, you know, if NPR said, hey, we want Wohio on the radio, I'd be there in a heartbeat. Hey, thanks for having me. But I don't really like them. It's kind of like if the president, whoever the next president is, was going to award me a medal of some sort. I'd be like, hey, I love you. You're my favorite president. Not true. But, you know, you'd be getting a medal from the president. Seems like Trump would have the most medals. He got a Purple Heart for something. Alright, one more time here on the traffic update. This guy's just sitting here. Wearing a vanity plate watch. Vanity plate watch in effect. I'm not seeing any right now, but I will alert you if one comes into my you know, vision area. All things considered. Then you got the Patriot, which I like a lot. They're the very conservative ones. but they're out and out, loud about it. Whereas NPR acts like they're neutral, but they're just uppity liberals. Even the voices on there always sound snotty. I know more than you do. And they don't. They don't know anything. Comedians. What you gonna do? I did some stand-up comedy once, though. One time. I was in Chicago, and I think Chicago's kind of a hotbed for comedians. A lot of good comedians came out of there. So I was gonna move out of Chicago, move to Detroit, and I thought, you know what? I've never done stand-up comedy. If I'm gonna try that, I should try it in Chicago. So I went to one of those bars where you sign up. You know, it's anybody who comes in can sign up, and you do it in the order that you signed up in. So it was a veterans bar, a lot of Vietnam veterans, which are not known for their sense of humor. And it was an interesting setup. I haven't seen this in other cities, but in Chicago they have these stages that are a half circle, and the bar wraps on the outer ring of that. So the bartender is between the stage and the people drinking, which is great because, you know, if you're bellied up to the bar, you're gonna watch the stage show. So it was bad comedians, you know, signed up, telling jokes to disgruntled Vietnam veterans, which, classic. Can't get better than that. And it's free, you know, you don't have to pay admission or anything. So, they were heckling everybody. I mean, it was the best. They were just ripping it up, those veterans. They were just knocking them down. And I don't remember if other people were funny or not, but it was funnier to listen to the crowd. So I got up there, and I had packed a big metal suitcase, like a Halliburton kind of situation. You couldn't check it on, or you couldn't carry it on, you'd have to check it. So I had packed it with a snare drum and a cymbal. And I had some sticks. And I had one of those kids' vocoders, or, you know, like Monster Voice. And I just put the real microphone up to the speaker of the Monster Voice. And I played the same drum beat to everything, but I just like sang bus stop she goes, blah, blah, blah. You know, the hits, the oldies, which are not oldies anymore, because oldies are like Def Leppard on the radio. But those kind of hits, and boy oh boy, brought the house down. Vets were singing along, everyone was cheering. So I don't know if it was stand-up, because it wasn't really I didn't have any jokes. But that was my only time I had done that, and it was highly successful. I missed the jerk on the road. What happened? You mean the semi-truck that just almost hit me? Well, I almost hit it. Anyways, we almost collided, but there was no problem. Yep. 0 miles an hour. We're here at the General RV Center. There's a plot of land for sale over there, 20 acres. Doesn't say how much. I was driving behind a semi earlier, and I had a little logo. I was kind of far away, but I thought it said "Ship the Sports Way." I was thinking about what kind of sports they were referring to, like javelin. I don't know, but it didn't say that. It said "Skip the Short Way," which is less interesting. I'm going to start a company that ships the sports way. It was my birthday on Friday. I'd like to thank all the people I don't know that clicked on a button to wish me a happy birthday. It's amazing how people come out of the woodwork for that. I mean, I've done it before too. But then your real friends act like they know it's your birthday and they text you, "Happy birthday," which they didn't know was my birthday. They saw it on the internet, but tried to act like it was a personal situation. First person to wish me happy birthday was a performance artist. She lived in Quebec for a while. She lives in Switzerland now. Very attractive. Wished me a happy birthday, and all I did was show it to my wife. I'm like, "Look, she likes my birthday more than you do. She hit me a day earlier." So that was the biggest perk of the Facebook happy birthdays. Standstill traffic here. Don't take that personally. Debbie, you're hitting it up today. I'd push a button to like that, but I can't. It wouldn't be safe. Nowhere fast. No vanity plates. I posted one yesterday. It was a truck that had hillbilly written on the vanity plate, but it was spelled incorrectly. So that was funny too. I mean, they put ones for the eyes, so I guess it's understandable. Maybe it wasn't really spelled wrong, but in my viewpoint, it was funny. The shrink had nothing to tell me. He said I seemed reasonably sane. Reasonably. No one's really normal. It's kind of like no one's really in between the political spectrum. People like to say, "Oh, that person's abnormal." Not the case. I don't know what the normal is to be abnormal, but I don't know. It must be some sort of mathematical solution to that. It's like when you're at a Thai food restaurant and you ask for medium. At every restaurant, it's different medium. I don't know why they can't get a standard for the level of spice or hotness of an Asian delicacy. But I've never received something that I considered a standard. You know, you order a steak, medium rare, is a medium rare. You know what you're gonna get. Little pink on the inside. Not so much with the Asian spices. Okay, this one here. CPA 6160. A CPA is a certified financial planner is something else. Captain. No, it's not really a vanity plate. 2 miles an hour. Wake up and grind. McDonald's, $1. Grind. I get that it's a coffee reference. Grinding the beans. I guess they mean the daily grind. It's not very uplifting. McCafe for the downer. I like McCafe. It's reasonably okay. I don't like Starbucks too much. It's always too acidic for me. Then again, I'm drinking coffee out of a plant pot. Well, we're just hitting the hits here. Stopping and starting. Any size freshly brewed coffee, $1. It's kind of a trick because you always get more than you need. I like to pour it out anyway. I pour out like a fourth of it because I don't like putting the lids on. I like it to cool off a little bit. So I really have less than I purchased. I don't want it to spill in the car. My daughter snapped at me once. You can't do that. I just bought it. I can do it. It's not going to hurt any animals or anything. It's water. It's natural beans. Probably get some pigeon up and going in the morning. Nice start to their grind. It's gotta suck to be a pigeon. I thought of a joke this morning. Maybe I'm working on a stand-up routine. What's a fish when it's not a fish? Anyone? A lizard. That's an evolution joke for you. Might take you a few millennial to get that. Then again, if you're a creationist, what do you call a woman with one rib? Hungry. Zing. So that's what I would be doing at stand-up. Should book a tour, but I'd just tell 2 jokes. It'd be a very short tour. If anyone out there in America or beyond can book me a show, a slot at a place that would have a format for comedy, just let me know. If you book it, I'll be there. It'd be great if it was like a old country buffet, something like that. Cracker Barrel. It's kind of my sweet spot, the Cracker Barrel gift shop. I guess I could just go into one of those. They got some funny things already. They got those the glasses with the springs with the eyeballs kind of fall out. It's like a party city with bric-a-brac and handmade loungers and rocking chairs. I don't know if you've ever been to one. Cracker Barrel. Look it up. Good morning, Alex and Mark. Alex is hiding out. He's on the lam. He's in I don't know, Iowa, Idaho, Utah. vowel state. Okay, in rhythm with your life. But you can't see it. But it says in rhythm, cursive, with your life. But life is in like a box, like one of those stickers. Hello, I am life. And I didn't even see what it was for. It's for life, obviously. Strange thing. Current ER wait time, 16 minutes at the DMC. I wonder if they update that, or if that's just a generic 16 minutes is usually the wait time. That's helpful though if you're like on the highway, driving, you're having a heart attack, you're wondering, I wonder how long I will have to wait at the DMC. 16 minutes. Probably not if you're having a heart attack. If you or your spouse is having a child in labor, you will only have to wait 16 minutes. I've been to 3 births in my life. 3. My own children. It's quite a sight. I've been very active participant in those births. My wife, she's a natural childbirth against the medication. Not sure why I would be doped up, but that's her thing. So I'm right there in the business, you know, waiting for the kid to pop out. You can see the head a little bit, and then cut the cord myself. She likes to bring up, I think it was our second daughter. It was a long labor. The labor took a long time. And I guess I was a little hungry, even though I was right there. I guess I started talking to the doctor about ordering pizza. Yeah, that's funny. We did order pizza, but I don't think she fully approved. I don't think she thought I was being very supportive at the time. But I mean, you know, most guys go to the bar next door and get drunk. And I'm right there, but I do need some pizza once in a while. Let's see, 0 miles an hour. 0 miles an hour. I got some more people tuning in here. Old co-worker. I'm out of my coffee. I got the dregs here. All right, I'm seeing what's up here. We got some road construction. Still road construction. So hook me up. I'm more interested in this idea all of a sudden. Book me at a Cracker Barrel, and I'll be there ripping it up. And then NPR will call me. And then Trump, whoa, cop just passed on the side lane. I always called that the handicap lane, but maybe that's not PC. I don't know. Maybe there's an accident up there. All right, so if I'm set up at the Cracker Barrel, I'm not gonna write any humorous things down. I'm just gonna do a Q&A session. Injure, kill a worker, $7,500. See, but it should say don't. because somebody might think that if they injure or kill a worker, they are entitled to $7,500. Because the disdain for highway workers goes deep, because they cause things like this. Beaver Tile and Stone, member of the Olympia Tile Group. So I'm going to be pretty late to work, and I have lunch plans with Scott and Renee. I'm going to have to check my schedule and see if I can still make that. Don't know what my my bandwidth is like. Don't know if my pipeline's going to be full. Still can't see the accident, but based on that police car zipping by, I'm assuming there's some sort of an accident. Oh, this one's not a digital sign, but it's like a Venetian blinds kind of thing. So I guess it just turns from one to the other, just two of them. Unless it's, you know, like a triangle, then they could have three. I have a good friend that does lenticulars. That'd be cool on a highway sign. I don't know, you know, because you walk by those and they change. You change your perspective. So it'd be the same advertisement, but it would, I don't know, something. When I lived in New York on the subway, I can't remember which line, but you go through a tunnel, and the tunnel's pretty well lit, and it's an animation, you know, frame by frame kind of animation, but you're going so fast that it looks like it's moving, you know. It's pretty cool. It wasn't an advertisement though, it was just an illustration. No accident. Oh, changed. Again, billboards distracting you about not having an accident. A little ironic. Hot damn. 4 miles an hour. Here we go, traffic update. This just in. Two right lanes closed ahead. That looks like it's part of the issue. I am on the left lane, so I'll be all right. Do not worry about me. Lion towing service. Liars. Messes up your car when you get towed. I don't know if it's the suspension or definitely the alignment. I've had many a car towed because I drive crappy cars. If you're just tuning in, I'm Jimmy, Ohio. You're watching and or listening to Wohio, broadcasting live from I-96 East, Detroit metro area. Our studio is based in a light bluish gray Buick LeSabre 1998 was the year it was produced. Ooh. Alright, we're rocking and rolling now. Got it going. Don't want to jinx it. Uh-oh, we got some more orange triangle signs. Right lane closed ahead. Man, that sucks. What are those RVs, the ones that are silver? You know what I'm talking about? Anybody out there got an idea? Streamline trailers. They're cool, and I wonder if they're made with alien technology. Just something to think about. All things considered. It would be funny if they NPR had all things considered, but then they'd they'd come up with a non sequitur kind of answer. All things considered, talking about Flint's water crisis, and we have considered this issue and have decided that the Cuban government is not a good government system. Make for more interesting listening. I'm gonna have an all things considered segment right now. Does anybody have a topic they would like me to consider? There, and our artesian trailer. That's not true. Kelly, you're thinking about like a taco truck or something. Let's consider that. Artesian trailers. My perspective on artesian trailers is, aside from the alien technology, that they house farms for organs that are gestated within the trailer and then sold off at a premium to people who need those organs. That's why it travels around. It's like a traveling organ salesman. All things considered. Right here on Wohio. Farmington Hills, next 5 exits. In case you were wondering. Wayne State University, Oakland Center. I'm in the left lane and I'm not going fast enough to pass anybody, so I should get over, but the lane right next to me is pretty clogged and this guy's riding my ass. I'm going 80. I don't know what he's expecting of me, or she. Don't want to be presumptuous. I'm gonna kick it up to 90 and try to pass these people. No, I'm only going 85. I'm good. Alright, getting over. I'm gonna get over a few more. I gotta get off on Southfield Road, and that one sneaks up on me. I always think it's a little further than it is, but it's not. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Loving it. That's the thing with advertising, improper grammar. Loving it, got milk, whatnot. $10:20 on the old clock. I reset the clock on the car. It goes out of sync. It usually inches up about 10 minutes too fast, which is good because then I realize it could be 10 minutes in the future, but it is not, which prepares me for the future. I know it's coming. I know it's coming down the road. Whoa, another truck coming by. I don't know what they have on that truck. Maybe some wood? Look, it's a truck with a trailer behind it with what may be wood. What would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Southfield, next 5 exits. But that's not Southfield Road necessarily. Southfield is a suburb of Detroit. So the 5 exits does not mean that Southfield Road is 5 exits. It means 5 exits to the suburb of Southfield. In case you're tuning in from another part of God's great creation. America's import, Chrysler. I think Canadians own Chrysler. I don't know. It's not America, obviously, because they're importing them. My grandma, she's 95. She likes to call Mexico Old Mexico as opposed to the state New Mexico. I don't think that's how it works. I don't think New Mexico came before Mexico, or the other way around. But it's something to consider. If we're considering all things, that would be something you could put some thought towards. Here we go, Southfield Road, 3 miles. 3 miles at 60 miles an hour would be 3 minutes. That's another thing I like to do on a road trip. It'll say, you know, like 120 miles. And I like to just tell myself that's an hour and 20 minutes. Which I'm sure that's bad math, but it makes me feel good. Then you got Canada, and you go over the bridge, and it's kilometers. So you gotta be careful, because it'll say like 100, which, you know, I'm looking at my gauge right now, that would be 60 miles an hour. But could be easily misinterpreted as 100 miles per hour when they mean 100 kilometers a mile. I like the metric system. I wish we had adopted that. It's, I think more that way, the 5s and 10s. Makes sense. I don't know what idiot decided to jumble it all up, but I know there's been politicians that wanted to change it up, but I think that would, big business, the big ruler system, they'd have to redo all the rulers, and all that money probably influences the election. You know, measuring tapes, they got, well, I don't know what they got. They got a voice in America, trying to cripple the system. probably the people that make temperature gauges as well. They probably push back on that. Because 32 in Fahrenheit, if you guys live overseas, 32 Fahrenheit is freezing, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Metric system, 0 is freezing. Of course that makes sense. What are you gonna do? We're in the land of the free and the confused. Free to be confused. Good morning, Eric. Eric J. Whartonin. Sorry. Alright. Stoplights. That signals. See what I did there? Signals the end of the broadcast. I hope you tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'm your host, Jimmy Wohio. You've been watching and or listening and or both to Wohio in the Detroit metro area. And Lathrop Village Farmers Market is open Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the city of Lathrop Village. Hometown, downtown, your town. Unless you don't live there, and then it's not your town whatsoever. Alright, well, everybody take care. Be safe. And I love you all.